Okay, so the end is near. Fortnite Ballistic is officially gonna shut down in about 3 weeks, which means this is the last time you get to try and rank up to Unreal. So I wanna help you by sharing some of my warm-ups and practice routines that help me get better at Fortnite Ballistic. First things first, we wanna get these two maps, Core Ballistic Practice and Aim Lab, Aim Training Ballistic 1v1s. I will open the details with the map code, and I will leave the map codes in the description. And with that being said, we can jump straight into my practice routine. So, the first thing we have to talk about before fully getting into the warm-up is the recoil. Ballistic is not the same as Battle Royale. All guns except for the machine pistol, hyper SMG on scope, and the drum gun have different recoil patterns. In Ballistic, you are fully accurate when you stand still and shoot, but also when you walk and shoot while ADSing. The recoil patterns are for the most part the same as non-scope, but at this point, instead of learning a whole spray pattern, I'd recommend to focus on controlling the first 12 bullets, because that's the easiest to control as the spray mostly goes straight up. Now, for this video, I will mostly practice without ADSing, but you don't have to copy that. I like to practice without scoping because I'm just used to that playstyle from earlier seasons and makes me feel faster. But that being said, let's freeze the bots, put the HP on default and start. So, the first thing I like to do to get warm is to start by one-tapping the bots. Focus on precision before speeding up, but make sure your crosshair always stays on head level. This will help you hit those nice one-taps. Do this for about 100 kills and then we move on to the next exercise. Next up, I usually start by practicing burst and 12 bullet sprays. Mastering those 12 bullet sprays will help you improve your gun control, make you better at micro adjusting mid spray, and makes you whiff way less. I recommend you flick to the targets because if you miss the first bullet and start spraying, you can practice that micro adjustment. Do this for about 100 kills as well, and then we move on to the next exercise. Next up, we practice switching targets fast. So what I do is I start by one-tapping one bot, and then try to flick over to a bot that's further away and spray that one down, forcing you to flick far and be accurate with your flicks and sprays. This will help you hit those multi-kills when you get pushed by or push multiple enemies in a ranked match, and it's a very useful skill in clutch situations. Both speed and accuracy are very important for this exercise. Next up, we're focusing on full body sprays. Don't aim for the head on this one. This one will be important because when you miss a headshot or burst or get caught off guard, you still want to make sure you kill the enemy as fast as possible. To improve that time to kill, you have to be able to spray that body down as fast as you can. So for this exercise, just spray the bodies. Next exercise. This one is really important. In Ballistic, movement is very important. You don't want to stand still too much and be an easy target for the enemies. So we're gonna incorporate some movement. Now, I'm not really a good movement player, but that's exactly why we practice. What we're gonna do is add some sliding to the previous exercises. This will help you out in your matches by, for example, catching people off guard by sliding around corners to throw off their aim, being harder to hit, or shoot and go behind cover, and wide swing by sliding out. Being good at movement will definitely help you hit that Unreal rank faster. Now for the last exercise, moving while shooting. Like I said before, in Ballistic you can move while shooting as long as you ADS. For most of these exercises I didn't really use the ADS. So what I usually do is when I start shooting and I want to move, I just ADS as soon as I want to start moving to stay accurate. This, however, is my personal playstyle. Most people would just ADS all the way, which is why I said to not copy my playstyle but take some of the exercises and apply it to your own. Combine this with all the previous exercises and you will hit that unreal before you know it. Now, what's really important is that you don't just do these exercises with just the nemesis. You want to be able to adapt to any situation with any gun. So I take all these exercises and do it with all the guns I want to master. What I highly recommend is that you start with weapons you will use the most, such as the Nemesis, the Striker, the Hyper SMG and the pistols. But also try and use other guns so you can get good with those as well. This will help you in situations where you're forced to switch weapons or if you're on a weaker buy. Okay, so with the practice routine done, time to jump into the actual warm-up. Deathmatch is the best way to warm up because you get to practice all those exercises against real players that actually shoot back. I recommend deathmatching with friends because that can be more fun, but if that's not possible, just join a public deathmatch. Remember though, the point is not to focus on the score. This is your warm-up, so winning doesn't matter. Just focus on trying to apply those exercises to your playstyle. I like to play deathmatch with my girlfriend because she's pretty good. But my goal in deathmatch is to use ADS as little as possible. So I just focus on aiming fast and work on my movement while being accurate hip firing. This helped me get way better in ranked matches. You can do all these practice routines and more on the aim training map as well. But for this video, I mostly use core ballistic map because I slightly prefer it. If you can't find people to deathmatch with, you can always use the bots on the aim training map. But playing against real people is obviously way better and will help you improve faster. So, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if this helped you improve and good luck. Now go get good and hit that unreal one last time before Fortnite Ballistic shuts down.